Alright, and now it's time for something completely different. For weeks now, I've been doing all those deeply researched history videos up and down the state of California. Then, of course, came the massive Halloween convention, Midsummer Scream, followed very closely by laying down for 3 days with a fever. Been a little busy, a little intense, so today, I thought I'd do something completely and utterly random and check out something I've always wanted to see but never done, the Pomona AUTO Swap Meet at the LA County Fairgrounds. All right, we made it. Whoa, dude, look at the size of this line, and this is just a park. All right, how about this? I got the shady spot. Whoa, dude, this event is huge. It's part swap meet, part car show. And it's been happening out here literally as long as I've been alive. But like I said, this is my first time actually making it out to see it. So I have no clue what I'm about to see. But I am very stoked to be here. Whoa, already looks like we got swap meet on the right and car show on the left. Wow. Oh, dude, how cool. Look at all of these Volkswagens. This is incredible. It's just row after row. Now, I gotta tell you right from the beginning, I do not know much about cars. I took photography and drama, not auto shop. Mostly because our auto shop was full of people who really wanted to beat me up. The car culture world is not really something that I'm a part of. But the older I've gotten, the less shy I've been about exploring other people's scenes. And even though I don't know anything about cars other than the fact that this is a really small bus, it is something I would like to know a lot more about. Wow, dude, this is really bugging me. All I can think of is Madman Mooney's. Detachable fenders for narrow garages. Man, I remember when these things were everywhere in every driveway. Getting a lot harder to find though these days. All right, it looks like we are transitioning away from the Volkswagens. Lots of trucks in this area. Used to go to school every day in my grandpa's old 60 C10. Looked very similar to this. Bigger, taller, a lot rustier. But it gave me a lifelong soft spot for old trucks. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am a little intimidated being out here, exposing my ignorance in front of all these car experts. All of my car crazy friends were busy today, so I'm going solo. So you'll have to forgive me if I say something really stupid out here. Hey, look at this. What in the world? What is this, 2 trucks for the price of 1? Dude, this is awesome. Just the range of different old cars. And so many of them are for sale. Everything from pristine specimens to old rusty, trusty specimens. This one here looks like it's in really good shape. And I'm no mechanic, but I'm guessing, just a wild guess, this one here would take a little fixing. Yep, I see your problem. You're missing one engine. Whoa, look at that. A 1941 Chevy. See, that's exactly what I want. Something just like this. Not as flashy and big as those boats from the 50s, but not quite as old-timey as Model A's and Model T's. Man, beautiful. There's just something about those pre-war cars. Then again, though, I kind of like everything I look at. I mean, I see a classic Chevy Bel Air and I'm in love. Look at that, it's gorgeous. But then I turn the corner and see this Impala, and I am in love all over again. Oh, I've got a new crush. This looks a lot like my grandpa's old truck. And then I think, maybe I'm a pickup truck fan. And then wham, I see a fine looking 1970 Mach 1 Mustang. And all the feels and nostalgia hit me for my dad's old 1970 Boss 302. Holy cow, this brings back memories. Oh yeah, this one's perfect. Put a bow on it, I'll take it. Let's just see what the price is. Ooh, 70 grand. Well, I'll have to check with my financial advisor, but no. Wow, I do love me a good Mustang, especially the old fastbacks. Wow, you know what I always wonder? Why are the hoods always up? I mean, am I supposed to know what I'm looking at here? Oh yeah, you got your air bar connected to your radar piston. Yeah, you can eat off that cross beam in there. Now see, ever since doing that whole series of episodes on Route 66, I have been way more into old cars. Not just the look and feel and sound and smell, and I mean that literally, gasoline, but just the whole car culture in general. It's just a whole world of tail fins and chrome and paint and form and design and beauty that I would very much like to be a part of. I would really like to get some kind of old vintage classic car. Couple of problems though. One, I have pretty much no mechanical skills, so something like that probably wouldn't be the best starter car for me. 2, older cars that are already running and driving and in good enough shape for someone like me to be able to keep up with are generally speaking a lot more expensive. And although, you know, I'm paying my rent and I guess I've become better known, it hasn't exactly come with a pay raise yet. Someone at Midsummer Scream is like, wow, you got got a lot of subscribers now. You must be banking. That's when I whipped out the old cell phone and showed them the $137 in my bank account, $12 in savings, and the $4,000 of Redwood Highway credit card debt that I'm hoping to pay off this month. So that's problem number 2. Problem number 3 sounds the least problem-y, but it's actually the biggest problem, and that's that I have nowhere to put it and work on it. I mean, we got a little garage at my place, but you're not allowed to work on old cars in them. So even though I got a lot of friends who are like, come on, man, take the plunge, get into old cars with us, the stars just haven't quite aligned for that yet. Oh, hey, look at that little guy, $4,500, nice and compact. All right, I might be able to get away with that one. Wow, dude, look at this. That old wagon right there, or that old Chevy, or the Mustang, or the old Grandpa Finazzo style truck. I could literally go for any of them. Dude, I've been wandering in there for over an hour. I thought that was it. Turns out there's another huge, massive, gargantuan section full of even older, crazier, sexier cars. Speaking of which, whoa, look at this thing right here. Check out those doors. A lot of bells and whistles right there. Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, why have I never been out here before? This rules. Oh my gosh, look at this old pink Crown Victoria. Man, I love old Fords. Look at that beautiful 1955, the same year as Disneyland. It's weird to think now that when I was a little kid in the 80s, you actually saw a lot of these cars, mostly in people's driveways, but a few still driving around. Nowadays, though, it's so much more rare. So seeing them all together like this is epic. Wow, dude, this is awesome. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but how can I help it with so many different shapes and colors and models and sizes and so many eras represented out here? Now, like I said, I've been thinking that if I ever get into it, those 1930s and 40s pre-war, old school mobster looking cars might be the ones for me. I mean, look at that. A 1934 Ford 4-door. It's breathtaking. A thing of beauty. But then I take 5 steps and start seeing cars from the 20s. And I'm thinking, yeah. A Model A truck? I could see myself in there. Ooh, or how about this one over here? Same thing, but this is a 1930 Model A truck, and look at the patina on that. To be honest, this looks a little more me. A little more banged up, maybe a little more miles on the odometer. I can picture it now. Me in this thing, Julio in the passenger seat, maybe some kind of R for Adventure sticker in here. And only 10 grand. So many cars for sale here, like this Plymouth Cranbrook. I've never heard of a Cranbrook before. It is a good thing that I am not rich, because I could see myself getting very, very carried away here. I used to always think, why does Jay Leno want so many old cars? Well, needless to say, I'm starting to get it. Wow, these old sedans are gorgeous. And the prices are a lot better than Craigslist. Seems like you could snag about half the cars here from between 12 and 20 grand. Like that one's 12 grand right there, and you can see it's driving. Don't get me wrong though, the prices go up and up and up pretty much limitlessly from there. I'm guessing it has a lot to do with the rarity, the scarcity of the car, the condition, what people have done to it. Like I said though, I'm not a car guy, so it's kind of all Greek to me. Like, look at this beautiful 1958 Ford Fairlane. Sign in the window says 10 grand. I have no way of knowing just by looking whether that's reasonable, unreasonable, and it's kind of embarrassing as it is. If the owner was standing right here, I wouldn't even know what to ask to know what kind of mechanical shape it's in. I do, however, know a dapper vehicle when I see it. Oh yes, this reminds me of the good old days when Humphrey would drive me to the market. That reminds me, we must tell the butler to invite Mrs. Hemington to tea. That is cool. Now I know the etiquette out here is you're really not supposed to touch. But I've got to be honest with you, I really want to honk that horn. I mean, really badly. I've been doing so many episodes on old 1920s highways that I keep thinking, oh, I'd love to own a Model T, maybe a Model A, and go across country in a really old-timey car. But I feel like that might be just a little too old-timey for me. That's why lately, like I say, the late 30s, early 1940s cars are really starting to appeal to me. I mean, if you think about it, if you have something like this, there's still a little room for the fam, and you can kind of get away with being everybody's friend. You can park next to the crazy 50s cars, or next to the more old school cars. You just sort of fit in everywhere. I'm actually kind of surprised. I recognize a lot more kinds of car, broad strokes wise, than I expected I was going to. I guess all that old highway traveling is finally starting to pay off. Yeah, dude, an old 4-door sedan. I should have invested in more uncles. I must have heard it at least 5 times today. Oh yeah, I got this old car from my uncle. My uncle gave me a noogie once. This is weird because the car started looking a lot less fancy to me. So I thought it was over? But no. There are fewer easy ups out here. But the old cars keep going and going and going. Man, that is awesome. Dude, there's a whole any year of Corvette section that I haven't even noticed yet. Man, those things are beauties, especially the older ones. See, it always made sense to me why old men were into old cars. Like, okay, it's a nostalgia thing for them. But that can't be the appeal of old cars. Otherwise, why am I here? I wasn't alive when they were making most of these cars. I wasn't racing whatever that is in high school. Oh, it says T bucket. Guessing Model T, hot rodded, rat rodded. What's the difference? Hell. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that it's definitely not all nostalgia for some sort of lost America. It's the design, it's the history. And it doesn't hurt that there's a lot of passion behind these cars as well. I kind of understand why this thing starts at 5 a.m. now. I could spend all flippin' day out here wandering around. I keep seeing things I have never seen before. Like, what in the hell is that? We got a couple of rat fink cars out here, ladies and gentlemen. Weird. Very cool, but weird. Dude, I grossly underestimated how much stuff would be out here. I literally have no idea how to give you a sense of the scale of this without a drone with me. Unfortunately, I barely brought even any extra batteries with me. Much less fancy camera equipment. Like I said, I really thought I was gonna walk around here for an hour, see everything, and then bail. I think you would need a week to see everything out here. And then maybe 3 or 4 weeks to understand and appreciate what you were seeing. Dude, I haven't even seen the swap meet portion of this event yet, and that itself is massive. I also didn't notice earlier that this main drag here is kind of just a parade of old cars cruising. It's awesome, man. It's a little lowrider, a little American graffiti out here. It's quite the mix, let me tell you. Oh man, I should have brought an umbrella. All right, well, I guess there's nothing to it but to do it. Gotta drag myself away from the car show portion and into the swap meet part. Get it? To the auto parts? That's okay, you don't have to get it. Auto wagons and totes. And you can definitely quickly see why. There's all kinds of wheels and splash aprons and seats and torque bars and dingle hoppers and things I have no clue what they are. All kinds of car-related items. Also bird cages, just in case. Look at this table. Old ice chests, mirrors, shiny hubcaps. This place is rocking everything from bumpers to bungee cords. Hey man, you never know when you're gonna need a good bungee. That is literally what my junior high school principal called me. Because I have a tendency to bounce all over the place. Man, geez Louise. I cannot get a handle on this place. I feel like they have every piece of everything ever made. Ooh, fender welts. That sounds like something you don't want. Ah, careful. I got a fender welt. A lot of awesome reproduction neon and old tin signs. And hold on to your hats and glasses. Keep an eye on your wallet. Because all of this has just been one aisle. Dude, there are so many grills out here. Even barbecue grills. Oh, hey, Matt. Nice to see ya. Ooh, I love this. Getting some old school antiques into the mix. I could go for a pipe and a skate right about now. Oh, what the heck? Smokey the Bear litter bags. I want one. Dude, check out these old baby buggies right here. That is wild. And check out the president. Nancy. Wow, that is one heck of a picnic basket. I take it, but I don't think the Ranger's gonna like this, Yogi. All right, that was one aisle down out of about 8 billion. Fudge, crackers, and brownies. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now that we aren't gonna see the whole thing. I mean, there's just so much ammo here for a good video. Looks like this is something I'll be coming back to. Oh, snap, look at Frank's hats. Frank's got some sweet brims. Oh man, there's toys and tools and fashion accessories. Yep, I'm overstimulated. Dude, I get it now. This is all making sense. This is the place right here where every grandpa ever gets his t-shirts. Oh, how mad do you think this guy would be if I just took a seat for a while right here, huh? Probably not a great idea. Dude, so much random stuff I would love to own, like these old center consoles, or this old exit sign, or this thermal detonator. Just look at all the vintage bikes even that they have out here. Dude, sweet. Now this could be the partial heat exhaustion talking, but this is the coolest, weirdest place ever. Dude, check this out. Look at all the homies over here. Oh, dude, speaking of homies, what the heck? Dude, the booth owners out here are all like Dairy Queen. They're all grilling and chilling. Seriously, so much barbecuing going on. Dude, I'm even more convinced than ever I gotta get an old car and easy up a little barbecue. We'll wedge our way into the car scene. So many great photo ops here. Just make sure not to take pictures of the diabetic socks. They're touchy about that. Ooh, the fact that I'm still a little dehydrated from the fever that I had yesterday is starting to grow on me. I keep thinking I'm just about done, but then I keep seeing weird stuff. Like, what in the Miley Cyrus is this? What is this, Mad Max Row? Parting out quite a few old beasts here, I see. I love when you get to that part of any swap meet that's all tucked away in the back with all the weird, cheap stuff. When I have actually stopped to ask questions, everybody's been so nice and friendly and approachable. It's kind of like anything else, you know, like when I entered the punk scene or the tiki world. Everyone seemed kind of intimidating. But really, I find that everywhere I go, if I'm friendly and just ask honest questions, everybody's like super cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still feel stupid not knowing anything about cars. But what I'm saying is nobody treats you like you're stupid. I guess the moral of the story today, for me at least, is to keep trying new things. Because you never know what's gonna be your next thing. You never know. Could be old cars. Definitely will be for me. At least if I could ever find the right bargain. All right, well, you guys, I wasn't kidding about the whole having a fever 24 hours ago. So I think since I'm not in the market for any hams, bacon, lard signs today, might be time for me to wrap things up. Maybe grab a bottle of water or something. I may not have purchased any old cars just yet, but I think for today, I've done my duty. It's time to go home and sleep well. You guys got Prince Albert in a can? Better let him out. Nothing? Oh my gosh. It's the Wienermobile. That is amazing. A lot smaller in person than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, the squeaker works. Oh man, this just might be my first vintage car right here. Do you need a license to drive a hot dog? Probably in California. Dude, I've seen a lot of wagons today, but this is by far the coolest one. Look at that. The Swap Meet Express. That is awesome. I need like a farm or a roadside attraction just to put in all the weird stuff I find everywhere. I need a house, a cool old car, and a roadside attraction. That's what I need. I know what you're thinking. Is that what you want or what you need? It's what I weed, okay? It's what I weed. Oh, heck yeah, I did it. I walked to the very farthest corner of the swap meet. I'm done now. Too bad my car is all the way on the other far corner of the... I might have made a mistake.